Hey guys, welcome back to LS Vintage Design. I'm Lisa. How's everyone doing? It's time for Cooking Vintage episode 3 and we are doing salmon cakes or salmon croquettes. This is a recipe from the 1940s. It first appeared in this cookbook from Better Homes and Garden. It's a super simple recipe. It has, let's see, 4 ingredients. That's it, plus some seasonings. So let's go over the ingredients. I'll give you time to grab them, and then we'll make some salmon cakes or salmon croquettes as they're called now. First, you need some canned salmon, and any brand that you like will do. I use 2 cans because my husband and I both really enjoy these. You need some crackers to act as a binder, an egg as part of the binder, and then some lemon juice for seasoning, garlic powder, onion powder, and paprika, also for seasoning, and then some cooking oil, whether you like vegetable, canola, olive oil, whatever you like. And that's it to fry them in. I have a nice size skillet here with deep walls because the oil needs to be probably a good 1.5 to 2 inches deep. You don't want to flip them too much, and you'll see when we get to that stage. Let's just start, and I'll show you how I do this. With this, I'm going to serve some French fries that I'm going to cook in my air fryer, and I'm going to serve some black-eyed peas. If you're from the South, you've probably had these. I know my daughter's husband from Seattle area did not know. I never had black-eyed peas before. So it just depends on your location and your history. But they're just a bean. Just a bean. Okay. So I'm going to open these and I'll drain the liquid out in the sink, and then we'll pick apart. There are bones in here. Supposedly you can eat them. They're very malleable bones, but I don't like to eat fish bones if I can help it, so I pick them out and put them back in the can and throw it away. So I'm going to bring you in closer so you can see. And this is our bowl we're using. My dog's medications all the way there. Okay. This is how it looks. There's a lot of liquid in there, so I'm going to go over and just drain it out real quick. Now, please be aware, it does smell. It is fish, after all. Okay, I drained the liquid out for the most part, and I'm just going to pull the canned salmon out. As you can see, it comes with skin on it, and the skin's perfectly fine to put in these. I see some bones right here, and all I'm going to do is break the meat off around those. It's like the little spine, and I'm just going to pull them off and put them back in the can, and I'll do that through both cans. A lot of times in these big pieces, you can see the whole spine right there, and it's really easy to pull all the little bones out. You just kind of run your fingers up and down. And like I said, a lot of people just eat the bones. They're very malleable. They're not supposed to hurt you like some fish bones, but I was always taught don't eat fish bones, so I pick them out. That's just me. Okay. And then this one is the spine, and hopefully I can get it all out at one. Yep, there we go. And as you can see, I got it out in one whole piece, and I'll just dump that back in the can. And then I just break apart all the other chunks just to make sure I'm not missing anything. If you like fish, you'll love this recipe. Like I said, it's super simple. You can season it however you want. Back in the day, they fried it in Crisco lard. I don't do that. Like I said, I use whatever cooking oil I happen to have available. And then I break it apart. And the skin just breaks apart really simple and adds some fat to the flavor. Okay, once I get the first can all deboned and broken up, I'll go in with my second can, but I have to rinse my hands off. And then I'll do the second can. And I'm going to go throw this can in the trash. And you're probably going to want to take your trash out right after you cook this. Okay, now we're going to do our second can the same exact way. Same process, just go through and look for any little of the bones. If I feel them, I'll just pick them out. And I kind of set down and go through big chunks at a time. Yep, there's a spine. Okay. Kind of go through here and pull that all out. You don't have to go through all this trouble. I do it because I don't want to eat the bones. But they're supposed to be safe to eat, and not everybody does this. Now to the next section, because it's just really big. Sections of fish. I'm going to throw all of this in the trash, and I'll show you my bowl. Hold on. This is the salmon in the bowl. It's all broke up. I'll break it up some more. And what we're going to do is we're going to add in our egg, crackers, lemon juice, and seasonings now. You can use breadcrumbs, but this is from the original recipe, which is cracker crumbs. And I'm just crumbling them up in my hand. And since I use 2 cans, I'll use about 8 to 10 crackers. Okay. That's what it looks like with the crackers all broke up. Then we're going to add in our egg, which is to hold it all together, our binder. Okay, let me go throw this in the trash. Okay, I washed my hands after doing the egg. I'm going to put in about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. You can use probably about 1 big lemon if you have a fresh lemon. And then I'm going to get our seasonings. And again, you're going to want to use season to taste. We're going to do garlic. We're going to do onion powder. and some paprika. Now, before we stir that all together, we're going to come over to our pan and we're going to put in our oil. It takes quite a bit. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and heat my burner on high. Back over here at our salmon mixture. And what we're going to do is take a big spoon and we're going to mix everything together. The seasonings smell good. You want to be able to smell them as you're mixing the egg and the lemon juice and the crackers all into the salmon. And you want everything evenly coated, and every spoonful has got to have seasoning and egg, cracker, and salmon in it. Okay, now it's all mixed together. That's good. It's going to hold together. It's very moist, which is what you want. I'm going to back you up a little bit so you don't get splattered, but you'll still be able to see. I'm going to take just a little piece of the salmon, drop it in. It's not done yet, so we're going to let, the oil is not ready yet because the little piece of salmon meat did not start sizzling, so we're going to wait for just a minute before we stick our hands in and form our patties. I'm going to go ahead and get some paper towels so I can wipe my hands after I get the initial round in. And it'll probably hold about 4, and then we'll do 4 more, and that's it. It's a very simple, easy to cook recipe. While we're waiting on, okay, my salmon is now starting to bubble in there. See the little piece of salmon bubbling? Okay. That's how you know your oil is ready. So what I'm going to do is I'm using my spoon to create a spoonful. That's the size you want to make. If your hands are larger than mine, you'll definitely want to make a little more. And then you just pat it all together and kind of form it into nice little cakes, because remember, this was salmon cakes originally. Okay, once you get your patty, it will look like this, and you just drop it into the oil, and then I'll show you when you flip it in just a second. Then we got the next one here. Probably 3 will fit in this pan, so we'll do 3. We're going to drop in another one. Just don't get burned. But don't try to move them until they're brown on top, bottom, because they will stick. I'm going to turn my oil down a bit so I don't get burned. And I'm going to put this last one in, and I'll show you how they look. Okay. Wipe my hands off. Let me mix them. Okay. Now, let me show you. They're just cooking away. Now, I'm not even going to touch them till I can see browning around all the edges. So it takes a minute. It is kind of, it's hot grease, so you want to definitely be careful. This is how my grandmother, great-grandmother, everybody cooked them, so. When I flip them, I will use a spatula, but I will also use a fork to control the side that hasn't browned yet. That's just a tip from somebody that's made these quite a bit. If you want, you can throw in a little seasoning on top before you flip them again. If you like them spicy, throw in a little, spice to them. Make it, ooh, that's why you're way back there. Make it your own. I'll zoom you in a little bit. There you go. I think we're going to check this first one here. Okay. You get it like that. We do have a little bit dangling, but that's okay. You use your fork like that and flip them over and then press. Of getting burned. So see the brown around the edges? That's what you want. Then I'm going to put my fork and flip it over. And then last one. And it doesn't take long for the second side to cook, and you just drain them on a plate or a serving tray. With a bunch of paper towels to absorb the extra grease. I'll show you that in just a second. If you want to kind of and like before I put the next batch in, I want to get all the little bits that are broke on the bottom just to keep them from popping up. Just a trick. Okay. I'm going to give my spatula. No, Henry. Oh. No. Okay. Now I'm going to pick this up, move it to the back burner, and get, there's two, and get the third one out, and then I'm going to get all the bits out of the bottom. Sammy, no. And there, I just got all the little bits off the bottom, so maybe this second batch won't stick. But I tell you, if you have a nonstick pan, that's probably the best way to go for these. And I don't have a nonstick pan anymore. Okay. Now I'm going to put my next batch in the back while it's away from the heat, because the oil is already so hot. Okay, you don't want to work them too much because they will, see, it's not popping, so we're going to go ahead and put it back. You don't want to work them too much, they will get tough, but you want them to hold together. Be careful though, you can make them too wet as well. have my heat on medium heat, and it's because it's oily fish, you know. Salmon is an oily fish. There we go. Let me rinse my hands. Let me wipe my hands. See? Those are your finished salmon cakes. I'm going to finish the rest and prepare the rest of my meal, and I'll show you my plate before I eat. Hey guys, future editing me. I forgot to show you my plate. I just ate. They were delicious, but they sure are messy. Probably you'll have to mop your floor after you're done. And I forgot to film an outro. So I hope you enjoyed this recipe from the 1940s of salmon cakes or salmon croquettes. They're really good. I know it was just really messy. If you like this video, don't forget, give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button with that little bell. We'll be back on Wednesday or Friday with a new video. We're going to talk about how you can tell true vintage from repop. I'll see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.